I wrote it down on paper, that's how I know how long it takes. So, as mentioned in my grievance, wind rates are prevalent at a minimum of 8 to 11 rotor diameters and more with prevailing winds. That's explainable by the fact that the Flickertail wind turbines are spread out over 43,000 acres and not lined up in rows and columns. 90 turbines lined up using the wind project's reasoning of 1.1 times the height, or 1,430 feet between turbines, would require just a little over 5,000 acres of land. That's six across and 15 deep. That's all they need. So papers and testimony in the North Dakota legislature, public domain backed it up as well. Documents from Xterra, who themselves state that a formula, the formula that considers wind wakes will be imperfect since wind wakes vary with direction and wind speed, extending in some winds only 3 rotor diameters and other winds up to 30 rotor diameters, about 800 to 8,000 feet. Electrical engineering professor Gary Johnson, he comes out with 10 rotor diameters. Basin Electric themselves, in the same testimony that they came out with, 3 to 20 rotor diameters. This is from the study out in the legislature. So one more setback, more than likely, to help mitigate any wind wave turbulence, noise, and flicker issues. You know, an interesting article in the New Yorker transcript on, what was it, August 11th out here, of the August 11th transcript, Flickertail turbine layout unveiled. Of 92 proposed turbine sites shown on the map, only 2 were within 1 mile of a non-participating resident's home. That's for the whole project. So 1 mile, PCR has themselves shown that the Flickertail project can go forward and be feasible with a 1 mile setback. I submitted a petition in June with over 200 signatures of people requesting a 1 mile setback. You know, these are people in Eddy County and other places out here, you know, that just want a 1 mile setback. Then anyway, so, you know, we go on to the dropping the blade codes to 50 feet. That just means that when you drop down, that wind wave that's going to come off of those turbines are going to hit a house or anyone that's close by is going to get affected more. And the same thing goes for sound. So lowering it down isn't going to help anyone out here as far as safety or anything else out here. You know, and then we go into the public meeting in June. Wells McGifford spoke about how that $22 million letter of intent would pay $95,000 to anyone within a mile of turbine. But then Mr. McGifford also spoke about a mile setback within the project. So he's going to, oh, if you guys go with that there. So myself, I view the latter statement was just meant for those wanting to catch it on the wind farm. That here's the deal, PSC minimum of nothing. Last June, as I saw a lot of you at the golf course out there, we all received a letter from Paul White, the CEO of PRC Wind, and he comes out here and he talks about he sent a document that was attached, North Dakota permitting process for wind energy, the full scope, and number 1 in there actually talks about statewide regulatory framework. All wind energy conversion facilities above 0.5 megawatt must obtain a certificate of site compatibility from the PSC under North Dakota Century Code Chapter 4922. This certificate is the primary siting approval, preempting the need for a local land use permit unless township or county has stricter zoning. I called the PSC myself and spoke with Victor Shaw. That statement is as misleading as another statement in that document that the PSC will handle noise complaints. But PSC does not handle noise complaints. This commission is solely focused on the Flickertail project. Why? When the zoning ordinance affects the county as a whole, not just this project. Much like that $22 million secretive letter of intent, all about the Flickertail project being brought to petition. What about the other 12 townships in any county? This minimum PSC standard only if any bargaining chips for anyone on another wind farm comes to the county where this one expands. Only 35% of people with a turbine on their land are resident landowners in the Flickertail footprint. The Flickertail land lease agreements are troubling to say the least. It actually makes me question any official that signed one who is doing the talking, the wind company or the county official. Here's another example, 4.4, requirements of governmental agencies, rights of way, at no out-of-pocket cost to the landlord. Landlord shall assist and fully cooperate with tenant, including signing and landlord's name if necessary.
Time is up.
Can I finish?
You can finish your sentence.
In complying with or obtaining any land use permits and approvals, building permits, environmental reviews, or any other approvals required for the financing, construction, installation, replacement, relocation, maintenance, operation, or removal of our facilities. I ask this commission to go back and finish the wind farm zoning ordinance to protect the county residents from future legal battles such as the ones that happened in Briggs County in 2009. Be impartial, non-biased, and most of all, transparent.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay.